Well, good morning, everybody. This is episode 37 now, and here we are on Monday, the 17th of July, and welcome along to you and to all the viewers out there. Well, today we've got a ripper of a show to bring you, and we'd like to welcome our newcomer to C-Night's Cash. Welcome to you.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And Gus is here. Welcome to you, Gus. Well, today on the show we're going to talk about the performance on Saturday. Well, the performance on Saturday, well, if you missed it, there will be photos. So the performance was about, please can we do something different? Now this was a performance that the Crime Zero put on at Glen Street in March. That was the first show, and then I appeared on scene, and boy oh boy, it was something to behold, right from the opening speech right to the end. And Veda, what a great show it was. Good morning to you. Did you recover from it?
Yes, good morning, Barry. Geez, what a superstar you were indeed, stepping in at the last minute with some of those things that we needed and doing a fantastic job. Your oration and emceeing was next level. And, we really hope as a member of the Performing Hearts that you stick around and join us on our new adventure to creating another show, which we might take to the Opera House.
Well, I will be around for that, but I will be taking some time off to recover from this.
Yes.
So it means that, excuse me, it means that I won't be around on Thursdays as much.
Oh, that's okay. We'll look forward to, after your recoup, to have you back on board. It did take a lot out of us, didn't it, Barry, getting everything ready for the show level. It really took a lot of hard work and determination and working together as quite a large group. So did you want to talk a bit about your experiences with that, Barry?
Okay, well, before I get on to that, okay, it's very important to rehearse well and know your lines and be well enough to perform. But on the whole, guys, we mustn't criticize someone if they're sick and say, oh, but you've gone to a lot of trouble for this, okay, because it is not the way to go, okay, because if someone's sick, we must not criticize. Here's Alec. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, I know what you mean. So people can't help it when they get sick, can they? So you've just got to soldier on, do the best you can, and be sympathetic to people and be kind. Basically, be kind to people. Don't judge them, and then make the most of the situation. And it sounds like on Saturday, you really stepped in and helped out, and really was super helpful about it. I'm also interested in the show. Sounds like it was an amazing show.
It was, and getting there on time for rehearsals was the most important thing. Like, we used the back hall on Mondays and Thursdays in the lead up to all this, okay, because it was very important to us that we rehearsed and got all our stuff together, got it right, and as luck would have it, bang, we smashed it. Now, this event was held at the Bridgeline College Applicants in Apps. And it was really good because there was a ramp at the back where we could get in, and we had a rehearsal before the actual show. And was I nervous? Well, the answer to that, nope. And what did I do? The moment the curtain opened up, I went zip, and then out came the words, right from the opening, right to the very end. And I can tell you viewers out there, if you'd like to come and see the next show at the Opera House, then do come along and see it. Here's Vader now.
Yes, Barry, it was a success in every way possible. For those of you that don't know much about the show, and also to enlighten you a little bit, Alec, this show is about advocating for people in disabilities, especially wheelchair users, because from our clients, we've gotten a lot of information about how difficult it is just to navigate day-to-day life, especially in the local areas that they live and here as well. So it was a big advocacy show, this one in particular, because the Ku-ring-gai Council sponsored us. They came to the first show and they loved it, and so they asked us to perform again and supported us in making that happen, and asked us to add action items to the show. So that was awesome, and one of Barry's action items was very well received.
Right. Which one was that?
Do you want to talk about that, Barry?
More accessible bathrooms.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, if you go out in the community, guys, okay, you will find that some bathrooms are like a box of redhead matches. Okay, you go to open the door, and it's like a box of redhead matches. That's my way of putting it.
Yeah, a lot of our amenities were built a long time ago, weren't they? They just, people back then just didn't think about anyone who might have a little bit of trouble with mobility or might be in a chair or anything like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And even the disabled toilets that we have in like shopping centres and things aren't that user friendly. And so often, the clients like either knock their feet or their arms trying to get through this door that closes automatically, and it's quite stressful. And also must be hard not being able to use the bathroom facility, as you would like. So that was one of the many things that we brought to the attention of not only the people that came, but a lot of the councillors that were there. And it's really great, and it just makes people think about things. One of the other things that was really great that most people kind of said, oh gosh, I have never thought of that, was the different levels of thickness needed for some clients with food, in regards to food, and like accessing cafes and local restaurants and things like that.
Yeah.
Some people need puree, some people need minced and moist, and that was a big thing, which would be really exciting to see the the cafes and the council.
To encourage like cafes to have
options.
Options that are sort of.
And also maybe even label them like on their menus, like they do V for vegetarian or vegan. It would be really cool.
That would be cool.
So we were imagining a world where it was friendly and accessible, right, Barry? And also was a bit of fun. We had a few fun scenes in there.
And also, guys, it is really important that if you have someone in a wheelchair and you want to take them somewhere, please do ring up the venue before going, because you don't want to end up getting to the venue and finding that there's a whole heap of stairs there. And then you wasted all that money in getting on a taxi and a ticket, and it's a real big disappointment. So getting back onto the show, guys, yes, it was really good. Every man and his dog were there, and everybody clapped like mad when it ended. Right from the mayor's closing speech to mine, and it really felt like I was on stage, and like, you know, bang, I knew I was gonna smash it, and I did. It was like smashing a glass bottle, thinking I was going to pick up the bottle and thinking, am I going to smash it or not smash it? And somehow I did.
Well done. Well done.
So now you don't have a date yet for the Opera House, but you've kind of trying to book that in now. Is that what's happening now with the Opera House performance?
So did you want to talk to that, Barry, or?
I think you better.
All right. So we're in the process of, we're taking a little break, and then we're going to start to look at perhaps a new show. Putting together a new show, incorporating the highlights from this one and things that did work and worked well. Also, just to keep the team spirit going. It's like good to be working on new
Something
things.
new,
Well, I was thinking along the lines of this.
Okay. And what's that, mate?
Hating Alison Ashley.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Maybe do a show on that.
wow, that could be cool.
Interesting.
And incorporate like a disability advocacy spin on it. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Wow, that could be great. That's awesome. Like actually have characters and things like that were more
Yes.
we're playing rather than
that's
playing
cool.
yourself. That could be cool. That could be fun.
Yeah, because like, that could be something we could look at on the next show.
Yeah, great.
Because we've already done 2 versions of Please Can We Do Something Different? And we don't want to repeat ourselves with that. So I was thinking somewhere along the lines of this.
Yeah, well, that's
That's a
definitely
story. Yeah,
something
that's
we could
really
talk to Kate
interesting.
about our performance. What do we call it? Performance masterette.
Well,
And also, it'd be good to do something different, hey?
Yeah.
yeah,
Fresh, keep it fresh, right? Keep it fresh and interesting.
we don't want to have slices of stale bread.
Right, okay.
Okay.
No croutons for Barry. I get it, I get it. So what are we doing today then, Barry?
Well, moving off the performance now, and we're moving on to our music. Okay, we're going to be doing our song again today, and the opening song is called Loving Is Easy, along with a couple of other covers. So let's move off the performance now and tell you about the rules of making an album. So I will pause that and cut to another shot. It is important to know what you are doing, okay, when you are making a music album. Know your words of your songs, how you're going to write the songs, what you're writing the songs about, whether it's about love, relationships, nature, the sea, the sky, anything. Here's better now for this.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. It was really good, actually. Like our early days, we've been working together for quite a number of months now. I actually don't know the exact number. But from the beginning, it was really great when you spent some time brainstorming and came up with the genre that you wanted for your first EP. And that was love, right?
It was, yes.
And it's been really good spending time with you and other support workers looking at that topic and expanding it and trying to incorporate many different views and perspectives of love that we find here as living beings. And to really explore those and choose songs that reflect the many different facets of love that is here on earth. And I think you've done an absolutely brilliant job of not only selecting songs that bring joy to people and to your listeners and those that will hopefully listen to your album, but also it's inspirational, really. It really is. And your original song and the words that you've come up with that come from your heart have been absolutely beautiful. And the entire centre buzzes on Mondays when we rehearse because they absolutely love it. And I can see them dancing behind us and having a great time. So I think it's going to be one of those feel-good anthems.
So, just in relation to you guys, when you're making a music album, be really specific and considerate of, and look up on the copyright rules. Well, we spoke about that on many of the shows, okay? Don't just steal someone else's work and go, because it's not the right way to go, because there are copyright infringements, okay? And here's Alex to tell you about it.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So you've got to be careful. You don't kind of want to copy other people's music, although it's always nice to have kind of inspiration and influences in your music. But you've got to make sure that you follow the copyright rules. And look, the truth is, it sounds like this is really a genuinely original piece of music, and it sounds like really interesting and different. And that's kind of the way you want it, isn't it? You don't want the same old songs. You want something new and different and interesting. And it's great that you're working on that. Loving Is Easy sounds awesome. I heard an early draft of the song a month or so ago. So I'm really dying to hear how it's coming along and how it's coming together. It actually sounds like you're really landing on what the whole song is going to be like.
So guys, do some homework, like listen to cover songs of what other people have done. I sometimes do this at home when I'm on YouTube. Okay? It's really important that you research and do some homework on this. Now, Gus, you being a music person, what do you think on this?
Yeah, I think that's really important. Like there's so many amazing musicians and artists and singers and songwriters out there. So it's always great to listen to their stuff and you know, learn things from them. And then to take inspiration from that and then put that into your own music, because it's important to learn from others, but to let that sort of support how you work and how you think and create.
So what were some of your influences, Barry, for this song?
Well, we had to come up with words on how to write the song, how we were going to start it, what notes we were going to use, what sort of music, that sort of thing.
Did you have other songs in particular in your mind? Like,
Yes, we had a couple.
yeah?
You're Still the One, that's one of them.
Oh, yes.
I think How Sweet It is another
Oh,
one.
what a great song. Awesome.
So we've got 4 covers, and we're doing our one original for this
Yes.
first EP, just to give.
Oh, are you going to
everyone-
cover those songs?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So it's really great.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so excited about it for Barry. It's just fantastic, and it's just
It's a lot of
so
fun.
great.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's been really great. And look, Barry came to the table the day after we decided we were going to. Well, he decided we wanted to do this with like overnight. Like he must have been up all night with like at the first top 10 selection of songs that he
yes.
wanted to cover.
Nice.
And then we've been trialling. We've done some trials with some songs to see how they fit Barry's voice and range
Yeah.
and things. Breathing and things like that
Yeah.
were important, as we spoke of another time. So we're slowly getting our. I think we do have our final 5. What do you think, Barry?
Well, we are working on that.
We are, yeah. But also we've been, just to keep it interesting and fun, and we've been working on the original, which has been
Yes.
great. So using those, the songs that, because I actually hadn't met Barry before we started, so it's been lovely for me to find out about his musical landscape, his inner musical landscape, and what he gets joy from. And
It's a pretty
loves
wide
to sing.
landscape,
Oh my
isn't it?
gosh, it's never-ending. It's fantastic.
There's
but
a
it's,
lot of music in that.
Oh, but it's really good. And we've gone with songs that invoke passion and inspiration and joy and keeping people positive, because Barry's all about positivity.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So, How Sweet It Is.
Yeah.
And
You're Still
You're
the
Still the
One.
One.
That's
What-
a Shania Twain,
Oh,
because
nice,
he loves a
yes.
bit of Shania.
Yes, who
Don't you,
doesn't?
Barry?
Who doesn't?
And
What are the other 2?
one of the ones we're working on is
I go to Rhea.
Nice.
that's an option, a little bit of a
Yeah,
rapper.
Bossa Nova or something.
Yeah, and we're also looking at
Who's that? Is that Barry Manilow? No.
that's
That's Peter Allen.
that's
Peter
it,
Allen,
Peter
of
Allen, yes.
But we're doing a Pablo Cruz version.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He prefers that.
We were going to do Don't Want to Live Without It, but it's like
It's a big song.
a
Yeah.
big song.
Maybe the second album.
Yeah, well, that's what we thought. Yeah, we've got so many options. The other one that Barry really liked, because we thought we'd try and get an Australian, act in.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And so we're a bit partial, Barry and I, a bit partial to Human Nature.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
so there was a
Uptight,
yeah,
everything's all right.
which was an original Stevie Wonder song.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that's really cool. So we're looking at that, and that's been really, really good. We've run through that a few times, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, okay.
We may do.
It's a funky song, right?
Yeah. So we're looking at one of the things that we like to play with Barry is the speed of songs.
Okay.
And that's been really cool. Like slowing down songs that are traditionally really fast. And then maybe bringing it up a bit for the chorus or for the bridge or, for different
yes.
parts. And That's great, but Barry does like a good, what do we call them, showstopper, shall we say? He loves a good showstopper.
Yeah.
And so we're working on that. Also keeping in mind, from a performance standpoint, like Barry would love to perform, you know, actually live
Concert.
and do shows and you know, it
That
was,
would be
yeah, all
awesome.
of that stuff. He'd love to tour a bit if he could, and you know, there's
That'd be
a lot of beautiful dreams here. So we'll see where the universe takes us.
So, I mean, with music, guys, you really gotta be careful. Take one step at a time when you're rehearsing, because you don't want to do it all in one big clunk, okay? Don't just go plunge straight in, go splash, and then think you're going to get it all done within 1 or 2 days, because you'll have to find a recording studio so that you can record your music. You can cover for your CD, like I did, okay, and write a little spiel about yourself, who you are, and why you're producing the album. And also we talked about last time is selling your music at a reasonable price. Here's Alec now.
Oh, mate, this sounds like you are very organised. Lots of steps, and you're sort of breaking it down into really manageable chunks of work and getting it all done. What sounds really interesting to me there is the cover art. Did I hear you say you've got some cover art?
We took some photos out of Palm Beach, and I did the show out there. Beautiful day it was as well. You know, it was really, I was dressed up in a nice white hat, and it was really great.
That sounds awesome. So it'll be a nice sort of picture of you on the front cover. And you can use that cover art now on digital platforms too, can't you? You could put it on like Spotify or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, that's cool, mate. Yeah, so it sounds like you're really organised, breaking it down into steps, because it's a big deal, isn't it? There's a long process of producing an album, and you've got to kind of break it down into little steps along the way, and it sounds like you've made a huge amount of progress.
And also committing to making your album as well, because, you know, you've got to commit yourself to it, okay? Because once you start a project, guys, there's no pulling out of it. Unless it's a complete fail. Well, let's not talk about failing, let's talk about getting it excuse me. Let's talk about getting it done in a positive way and getting it out on music store shelves. And if you are going to set up a music store guys, to sell your CDs, remember, always give permission. Bring up the shopping center management. Don't just set up there. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, so that sounds really good to me. Yeah, so if you're going to set up a stall somewhere, make sure that whoever owns the space that you want to set up in is aware of what you're doing. I'm betting that with you, mate, that whoever you ask to use their space, that they will be very happy to let you do it. And there are other things too, like there are markets, aren't there? Like the Cas markets that are starting to be put on now once a month here at Lifestyles in St Ives. So I'm sure you could have like a stall at the market as well, couldn't you, for selling your CD?
I will have to speak to Sam about that.
Yeah, I reckon she would love to support you to do that. But yeah, that's right. You need to make sure you've got all the permissions you need before you are out selling things. You could also autograph CDs. That would be pretty cool. You know?
Yeah, because like, and having a promotional date as well, of
Yeah.
when you're gonna finish your CD and put it out there.
Yeah, a launch, right? A launch.
A launch.
Yes, a music launch. That's a great idea. That'd be a lot of fun. Hey.
Because they just launch your CD without having anywhere to set up the table, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
You have to be really careful about what you're doing, okay? Because you might be setting up a table outside a railway station or anywhere or in the middle of a shopping center, that sort of thing.
yeah, that sounds awesome.
But remember, ask permission to set up outside the store. Don't just set things up. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. You want to make sure that the people, like the shopping centre people, are aware and are comfortable with you doing that kind of thing. And I'm sure they would be. They would get that kind of request all the time. And I think for something like this awesome project, I think they would be very happy to
And if you're going to involve the radio and television stations, make sure you write them a letter, tell them who you are and where you're from, okay, and what you're doing, and what the story's about. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, and I think you've got a bit of a history of doing that, mate. So I think that's a great idea. So you could get a little bit of promotion on one of the radio stations by sort of writing in and explaining what you're doing and maybe getting them to interview you, or you could even do a call-in for one of those shows where they talk to people during the show. So that sounds like a lot of fun. It's like a whole campaign, isn't it? Like with lots of different elements to it for promoting the music.
So, it's all well and good to make music, but guys, be really careful about how you go about it, you know, and all of that, and don't just go willy-nilly and set up at places where people might not be able to get to your launch. Set up at a place where it's wheelchair accessible. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be somewhere that is easy to get to, that you've got permission to go there, and that other people are going to go there as well. So if you could find somewhere that was busy and had a lot of foot traffic already, that would be pretty cool. You know, so kind of leveraging existing kind of places. That's why I think shopping centres are a good idea, particularly if you can find one that is accessible and has the right ramps and accessibility and that kind of thing. Yeah, that all sounds awesome and very doable too, right? Like I'm sure that's very doable.
And make sure that you write out invites as well. The date you're promoting, you're launching your CD, where you're launching, the time that the launch is going to start, and when it's going to finish. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, so once you've got all of those details, you can actually start telling people, can't you? So, and you can tell people face to face, and you can get people to email their friends. You could even possibly post it on social media, like on Facebook or something.
But be careful on social media as well, guys. Okay, because social media get a lot of things. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can be safe, can't you, on social media these days? I think I think everyone's kind of realised that you know there are trolls on social media, and there are scams and that kind of thing. But it's also a great place for people to meet and talk and find out about what's happening in the world. So I think there's probably a place for it, and it can be helpful sometimes to sort of spread the word. You know, so I know that, for example, the performance on Saturday, there were a few Facebook posts about that, and you probably got a few more people coming along to watch and enjoy as a result of sort of spreading the word through social media.
So, we've covered a lot about music now. So, our last topic today is about kids behaving badly at football training. So, we'll cut to another shot there. Our final segment today on the show is about sport. Okay. Now, kids as young as 6 swearing, no, that can't be right. Now, there was a lot of controversy on that story yesterday and this morning. So, Alec, if you got a 6-year-old and they were swearing on the field, what would you do?
Oh, mate, that is an amazing story and sounds awful. 6 is a really interesting age. So I've had 3 kids who've been that age, and sometimes they do kind of say things that you don't want them to say and don't really understand the importance of them. So I think it would be important to, you know, kind of react appropriately, and for everybody to kind of stay calm, and kind of deal with it sensibly, and calmly, and make sure that it's clear to the kids that it's not cool. You know, it's not cool to kind of swear at training and that kind of thing.
Because swearing is actually an offense, guys, because, I mean, if you're caught swearing, you can be banned from the training until the attitude changes. Veda, do you agree on this?
Yeah, I do very much so. And I was actually talking to my partner about this just last night, about when we have kids, whether we're going to be able to sort of withstand this kind of thing that happens on at sort of more junior level games. Like if our kids wanted to play footy or any sport that has this, and so I think it's good that it's sort of happening now. And they actually on the news they did show that there's like punishment levels. So if it happens once, then you may be sidelined for a short time of the game, and then if it happens more than once, then you may not be able to play for the rest of the game, can move into not being able to basically extremes play at all.
You're basically banned from the rest of the season. And like even here at CPA, we have boundaries as well. So if I'm caught swearing for no reason, well, it could see me in a lot of trouble, and I may be sent home and told not to come back until my attitude changes. Well, and like we here at Cerebral Palsy Alliance have guidelines and boundaries, and we must follow them, because if we don't follow them, guys, we could see ourselves in a lot of trouble. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. There are rules in place, and they're there for good reasons, aren't they? So they're there to keep everybody safe, and in a happy environment. And I think the trick is that I think the context is important as well. So I think if you stub your toe and accidentally say something bad, that's quite different to if you were kind of saying something directly at someone and calling someone a name. I think how it happens is probably important too. And I think we need to keep everything in perspective. And I think you're right about, during that game, I think it's important, as Vita was saying, that the referee handles it and that they've got some clear guidelines, some clear rules about what to do in different situations, and make it clear for the kids, so they understand what the expectation of behaviour is. And so there's no sort of surprises and everybody just kind of understands what the process is and what the consequences will be. And it's probably the same at lifestyles here at St Ives, that everybody has a good understanding of the expected behaviour, and that way we can all live in and be here in a safe and happy environment.
So please don't swear anywhere, not even here. Like, I may often swear because something has happened, or I'm in a lot of pain, or somebody's upset me really badly. So if you've got no reason to swear, then please don't do it. Gus, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, well, I think it's just important to keep in mind, especially on the sporting field. It's about creating a safe, inviting environment for your kids to be in, and you want sport to be fun. You want it to be a chance to run around and have fun with your friends and do all that. And if you've got kids on there swearing at each other or swearing or whatever it is, that it hurts that environment, and it doesn't create a space that you want to be in that's enjoyable. And it's the same in across all facets of life. If you're in an environment that you're not enjoying, it makes the activity that you're doing less fun, and you don't want to be there. So I think that's really important to consider.
So we're just about out of time here for episode 37. But guys, the most important thing is I mustn't swear on the show because there are viewers out there that are watching my show at the moment, and I don't want to offend them, so I'd like to close by saying that, excuse me, I'd like to close by saying that please, if you're making a YouTube video like we are now, please speak appropriately on the show. Here's Vita now for this.
Yes, look, it's everyone wants to watch something that that contains good, hearty conversation and communication and information. And I think that I know me personally, like if I'm watching something that should be kind of educational and fun to watch, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of terrible bombing language, I tend to sort of get uncomfortable and then maybe switch it off, because that's not part of my everyday reality, and I choose for it not to be. So I am totally on board with the guidelines that not only CPA set, but that we should all kind of think about setting for each other and in our relationships with each other. And here at CPA, our lifestyle centre is such a lovely place to be, and lots of creativity here, and connections, and just a really great 6 hours every day. And we want not only clients but staff to come in and really feel fulfilled and go home knowing they've had a great day and made a difference and contributing to something greater than themselves. So I personally don't think there's any need or any room for bad language in that.
Because it will not be tolerated.
Yeah.
So guys, we are out of time here because we would like to close by saying thank you for coming on the show today. And Gus, welcome to you, your first day here. Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. It's been a great first day. Meeting people and having great discussion, and yeah, I can't wait to see what else we got in store.
So, the message that I'd like to close the show with as always, and that is the 3 donuts. It's a nickname for 000. Please do not be an absolute fool with that number, because you could be endangering someone else's life, like mine or Alex or Vader or Gus's. So here's Alec now for his comment on this.
Yeah, mate, that's always a good community service announcement that you make. And that is, of course, if you're in an emergency and you need help, use 000. But if it's not an emergency, don't make that call. And particularly, to some younger people who make prank calls, just don't abuse that service, because it's a life-saving service. It's vital, isn't it? So we've got to make sure that we have it there available for the people who really need it.
And Vader, have you got any comments on this?
I'd really just like to back Alec, as we say every single week when I'm with you. It is an amazing tool that we have in our society, and I think we should be honouring that and not abusing it, and really because the people that work behind the scenes to make that happen and make that available, including the hospital system. Personally, I know from my years of experience working in one that it really it is an amazing service, and really shouldn't be abused, because there are human beings that are working 24/7 to make that possible for people who really are needing the life-saving things that it can provide. So, the donuts should only be for very, very crucial moments. That's what
So don't use 000 and chit chat line or place of delivery, or you want your meat delivered, or if you need to get to a doctor or a hospital, guys, there are taxis out there. 1-3 cabs, silver service, Pit Water, Manly, Waranga, Wab cabs, GM cabs, there's Uber out there, and public transport. And just a reminder that if you are on the northern beaches, guys, check your bus routes, because there's been a lot of cancellations today. So you may have to find alternative transport to get around. So on that note, guys, it is time for us to bid you farewell now. So thanks for your company today on the show, and we'll be back with you. Well, I'll be back with you on Friday for episode 38. And just a reminder, if you are interested in coming to the markets next month, please do pencil it in. The markets will be running right from July through to December. And also, guys, if you want to come along to the Performing Arts, okay, please do email our producer, and our site manager, because we would really like you to come along and see our next performance at the Opera House when that date is set. So when that date is set, please do pencil it in. And on that note, guys, the time is 10:25 now. Thanks for your company today, and Vader, as always, a great show. And Gus, once again, welcome to you and to all the other newbies as well. So we're up to put the video together now, and we're up to practice our song. So we're up to do that now, and here's Alec for his farewell now.
Thanks, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show, mate. Have a good one.
And Berta,
Always lovely, you know I love it. Have a good day, everyone.
and Gus,
Thanks for having me. Hope to be back soon.
and we'll see you next time round for episode 38. You know when we bring I bring the show to you. Thanks for your company this Monday, and for those who are sick, I hope that you get better soon. And if you've got COVID, you know the drill, isolate. So we're up to do our song now. So if you'd like to know more about my show, please comment on the link below. So on that note, as Tom Beck used to say at the end of Burke's Backyard, hooroo, or as Brian Anderson used to say, the way it is, Monday, July 17th, this is Barry Fair. Good morning.